Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bihata Nishacharacham Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Ramannasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham. Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhavatu Me Bho Rama Mamuddhara. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Satgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Hari Om. We will chant together 14th and the 15th verse. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavah yajñād bhavati parjanyah yajñah karma samudbhavah karma brahmodbhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajñe pratishthitam. Bhagwan is telling Arjuna, what is the music or the sound beneath this creation? He says, what is this cycle of this entire creation? That cycle which holds everything together. He said, let us start with annam. So we saw two meanings. The first one was a traditional meaning, that whatever grains are there, whatever food items that we get from Mother Earth, all of that is attained from rains. Annad bhavanti bhutani. First of all human beings have come out from this food only. So bhutani means all human beings, all other creatures also. Everybody has come out from this annam, the food that we eat. But where did that food come from? Parjanyat anna sambhava. That food has come from rain, or because of rain only, this food was gained. Where did that rain come from? Now this is the switch. Right? Bhagwan is giving a very different perspective. He says, Yajñād bhavati parjanya. This rain is the result of sincere, devoted yajñas, which are done by sadhakas. You offer the ahuti in fire with that kind of discipline, sincerity, it has the power to bring rains. Don't doubt about this. Bhagwan is telling Arjuna, Bhagwan Shankaracharya gives elaborate quotations from Manusmriti and other places. Mantras have their own power. Yajñād bhavati parjanyaha. Yajñaha karma samudbhava. If we have to organize any yajña, it cannot be done by one person. Right? It has to be done by a group of people who will contribute whatever is their skill, whatever is their resource, that they will come and contribute. Right? In olden days, when yajna was done, if it was done on behalf of the village or wherever people, community lived, everybody came forward and said, this is our contribution for that yajna. Right? Somebody who has a grocery shop, that person would say, you don't have to purchase ghee. I will supply all of that from my shop. And somebody who was a craftsman, they would say, Mandapam is my responsibility. Don't, call anybody else. I will come and help set up this entire thing. So everybody contributed to that yajna. So Bhagavan says that yajna which has been done very well with lot of shraddha, that has the power to bring down these rains. Karma samudbhavaha yajna. One, that yajna which has been done with karma yoga bhava, that is this yajna. Now, where did this injunction come from? That injunction came from Vedas, that one should live life in this way. Karma yoga should be done in a particular way. Bhagavan says, Karma brahmodbhavam viddhi. Understand that this injunction of karma yoga has come from Vedas. And secondarily, you can understand Ramayana, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Geeta, what we are studying. All of them have their source back in Vedas only. That is why these granthas also become pramana. Pramana means valid means of knowledge. We can trust the words of all prakarana granthas, all Upanishads. Upanishads are of course pramana, but Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, all of that, because everything is having its root in Vedas. Karma brahmodbhavam vitti, brahmakshara samudbhavam. So word Brahma here refers to Vedas. Brahma doesn't refer to Brahmaji, nor does Brahma refer to Nirguna Brahma. Brahma word here refers to Vedas. These Vedas have emerged from Bhagavan. So Akshara word refers to Bhagavan. Brahma Akshara Samudbhavam. These Vedas have emerged from Bhagavan. Therefore, O Arjuna, Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. The reach of these Vedas is spread in each and every action of our life. Every facet of this creation comes under the guidance of Vedas. Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma Nityam Yajne Pratishtitam. Therefore, stay rooted in this Karma Yoga Buddhi. This was one meaning. Second meaning we saw was, annam here doesn't represent directly the food per se. Food meaning is the first one. Don't mix up both the meanings. One meaning you start from annam, go all the way until aksharam. Okay, that is the one cycle. The second layer of the meaning is, annam represents the desired result. Whatever we are seeking, Gurudev calls it as enjoyable profit. Whenever we start some work, whenever we decide on some goal, that goal is in our mind, right? This is what we have to achieve. So that is that annam. Now that could be in our family, it could be at work, or it could be in any other place. This annam definition will change. So if it's a family, and let us say there is some program, some event is there, some wedding is there. So what is annam over there? Annam means everything should be very well accomplished. Everybody should be happy. So that is the desired result. How did that annam come from? Annad bhavanti bhutani is true, but parjanyat anna sambhava. That annam is a result. We cannot demand a result. We have no control over the result. But how was that result accomplished? What is the method to accomplish that result? Bhagavan says, this result is accomplished by that conducive atmosphere. That conducive atmosphere which just precedes this result, that conducive atmosphere will ensure that we get our desired result. So rain over here, Gurudev calls it as essential conditions. Parjanya represents essential conditions. Now, how was that essential condition gained? How did that rain come about? Yajnat bhavati parjanya. It was gained because everybody sank their own differences, and they kept the goal in mind and came together and worked. In between, different challenges came, different problems came. But that goal was so inspiring that they didn't allow any of those, small problems to affect their main goal. That is this yajna bhava. Yajnat bhavati parjanya. And we see this even in families. If something is there which we have, which we really revere, which we love very dearly, that we want to make sure that this thing goes well, then we don't mind even if somebody is, not fully on board, if somebody is still away from, our group. We don't mind to go and bring that person in. In Hindi, they say, "Roote hue sambandhi ko manana." If somebody is unhappy, because the goal is so inspiring, we don't mind going out of the way to please that person, because that final goal is more important. That parjanya is more important, annam is more important. In this, devotion to Bhagwan will help, that inner contentment will help. Minus that, if somebody is only focused on themselves, it is very hard to come to this point also. Yajnat bhavati parjanyah, to actually bring it in our life, requires a lot of inner sadhana. Yajnat bhavati parjanyah, yajnah karma samudbhava. What kind of yajna was this? That yajna which was done with karma yoga buddhi. Everybody thought about giving, everybody thought about others. Karma yajna karma samudbhava, karma brahmodbhavam buddhi. Now the chain is the same. Where did this injunction of karma yoga come from? Bhagwan only gave this. In Bhagavad Gita he is giving. Ishavasya Upanishad it was said. All Vedas have this injunction of karma yoga. Karma brahmodbhavam buddhi, brahmakshara samudbhavam. And again, these Vedas have emerged from Bhagavan. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishtitam. Therefore, Arjuna, always live a life of karma yoga. With this bhava of giving, with this bhava of sinking individual differences, live in this world, you will not get affected by anything. At the same time, you will accomplish whatever you have to accomplish. Puja Gurudev is to take these two verses in different contexts. One of the contexts he would share this is in the context of leadership. Everybody is a leader at different points, in different environments, in different situations. And one of the quality of a leader is one who can take everybody together and one who can ensure that there is parjanya. Conducive atmosphere is there, and that gives the desired result. And he would point it out, minus of these things, what happens? He would say that, let us say there is some leader and he is an industrialist. All resources are there. Lot of money is there. Lot of other machinery is there. Several other things, material things are there. But still, when you go in that place, you don't feel that, there is production happening there. And overall, it is not very successful, that particular firm. So he would say, if you analyze it, technically you will get one report that, oh, these things are not working well. But Gurudev's analysis was one line. He would say, Parjanya is missing over there. Parjanya means this understanding between people that we have to work for the common goal of this company. Everybody is interested in what I am going to get, not what I am supposed to give. Says that company is not going to, get the desired result. So the implication of this is in several settings. Family setting is there, work setting is there. I was listening to an interview long time back. This was by J.R.D. Tata ji. And he's talking about what are the elements of good leadership. And in his own words, he didn't directly quote this verse, but the echoes of Bhagavad Gita are seen in his words. He says leadership is all about consensus, sustained leadership, which ensures that there is good harmony between your employees, there is understanding between your employees, and they're willing to sacrifice for your company or whatever firm you have. He says it's all about consensus. It's about taking everybody's opinion and then arriving at a common goal. And he's very careful in his words. He says, unless it is a matter of principle, then there are strong standpoints which are taken. But when it comes to getting a group together, he says the main thing is consensus-driven leadership, right? Where everybody has to take charge, everybody has to work together and then accomplish the goal. And great Mahatmas, they had such simple ways, of communicating this point. That this whole verse, whatever we saw, one Mahatma would say, imagine if every element of this nature, it started charging us for the things that it is giving us. What would be our condition? Earth started saying, I'm giving you so much, I will send a bill. Property tax, not our own land. Mother Earth only sending this. You say you walk on me so much, that also I have to charge. Imagine if rains came and Varun Devata, he sent a bill. He started saying that I'm giving you so much of rain, I have to charge you also. Something you have to give back. See, with every element, how much yajna bhava is there in every element of creation. Fire element, Surya Devata, every day he rises. Surya Bhagwan says, every day I've been doing, what if one day I don't do it? Or I send you a bill, for my energy that I'm giving. Vayu Devata, he starts saying, so much of things I'm giving, all of us are breathing. What if he started charging? And space started saying, there is no space for you. At least for a small time, all of you are accommodated in me. What if for little time, I'm making you go outside of me? The point here is learning this bhava of giving from nature. And our forefathers, they learnt it in such a beautiful way. Even while cooking, right, there was a little part of that food which was offered back in that fire. That's a sense of gratitude. That this fire has given me so much. All of my food has come from this fire. Now that little bit of, gratitude is offered back in that fire. And all elements were worshipped with this bhava that they are giving us so much, we have to give back. Now, sometimes it's very easy to give back to elements, to give back to Mother Nature. What becomes more difficult is giving back to the people with whom we live. Right? Either family or whichever setup we are in. That bhava, if one can bring, that I should give, and give, that bhava will make us karma yogis. More importantly, it will bring joy in our life. Right? We don't need a title of karma yogi. The simple litmus test of karma yogi is, are you happy or not? Bhagwan says if somebody is karma yogi, they will have annam in their life. Parijanya will be always there in their life. Parijanya means what, Dark, thick clouds gathered right above, right outside, for physical rain to come. Like that in their life, ananda, the clouds of ananda, happiness is always there to shower. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to give another story. The same two verses, different Mahatmas have explained in different ways. And we should just appreciate their perspective, whatever can appeal to us. And his stories were so simple that you would wonder, how can a Mahatma communicate a point through such a simple story? He would say there was a father who got two, very ripe, delicious mangoes. Two mangoes he got. And he had two sons. Okay, so one mango he gave to his elder son. Second mango he gave to his younger son. And this elder son thought, oh, this is such a ripe mango. If I keep it too long, somebody else will come. I have to go and eat it quickly. So he quietly went in a corner and ate that mango. And this other son, the younger one, he goes and calls all his friends. He's like Bhagavan Krishna, he calls all his friends and then cuts it very nicely, and one piece he gives to everybody. And then maybe that, the gutli, the inner part which was there, that he must have eaten. Now he would say, if you just look at both of them superficially, who would be more smarter? Very superficial understanding would be the first one is more smart, right? Because he got to eat more. He got to enjoy that mango. But if you look at Bhagavan Krishna's words, Bhagavan says, Yajnat bhavati parjanya. This rain or ananda that we want is not momentary. It is not just a spark of ananda. It is more of sustained joy in our life. And that joy cannot come without giving. So this younger son who is there, he might have gotten little. But if he had 5 friends or 10 friends, all of them will remember that this friend of mine gave me this mango. Right? So when their father would give one mango, one piece would come to him also. So he says, now replace that mango with acceptance. Replace that mango with love. Replace that mango with any virtue, anything that we want back in life. Ananda is also the same thing. More this person feels, I'm going to stay away and then be happy. He says, you'll be like that first person, eating the mango in one corner. But if he's able to share all resources, not only material, but also emotional. That is Bhagavan Krishna's way. More we reflect on this verse, more we try to internalize it, more it will start opening up for us. Okay. Now Bhagavan makes a very bold statement. He says, Arjuna, you keep hearing that the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita is karma. Bhagavan says no. One of the main things I'm saying in Bhagavad Gita is do karma yoga, not only karma. If somebody misses this point, somebody is not doing this karma yoga, doesn't sink individual differences, doesn't dissolve this vyashti in samashti. Where will they end up? He says in the 16th verse. Evam pravartitam chakram nanuvartayati hayah aghayurindriya ramah mogham partha sajivati evam pravartitam chakram. This cycle which I just described in 14th and 15th verse, na anuvartayati iha yaha. The one who doesn't follow this cycle, one who doesn't be part of this cycle, means what? He's breaking the chain when it comes to yajna bhava. That is the only place, right? Other things are going on as they are. If yajna buddhi is done, parjanya will automatically come. It is a part of result. Rain and the productive crop that we want, both are results. So the only weak link in that chain is this yajna buddhi. If somebody drops it, thinks only about themselves, what will happen? Very strong words Bhagavan uses. Aghayuhu means their life is, ayuhu means life, right? Agha means sin. Their life is full of sins. Not punya ayuhu. Punya ayuhu means those who are following this cycle, their life will be full of punyas, because giving to others is the greatest punya. And with punya, ananda also will come. But the one who breaks this cycle, Bhagavan says, that person is aghayu. Life is full of sins. Now, what is the other repercussion? He says there will be indriya ramaha. It's only a matter of time. They will become indulgent in worldly ways again. They will forget about main purpose of life. The reverence they have for spiritual path, spiritual study, all of that will slowly start falling away. Look at Bhagavan's analysis. He said there is only two options. Either we do karma yoga or we will fall in this category. And this category, we should remember, is not a tamasic person. He is doing lot of karma, but that karma will be of this nature. Examples we can find, like Ravana was there. Ravana was not tamasic, very active. But because karma yoga buddhi was not there, he became aghayuhu, indriya ramaha, mogham parthasa jivati. Mogha means futile. His life is futile. It didn't serve any purpose. Meaning, getting a human birth was such a great opportunity to give. Right? Giving without expecting, giving in such a way that we end up being part of Bhagavan's cycle. Now, other animals which are there, trees which are there, they are doing this as part of their nature. Bhagavan has inherently built it in them. But human beings, Bhagavan has given a choice. But previously, Bhagavan said, even in human beings, I have put this, sahayajna prajasruštva. Inherently, I have put this karma yoga buddhi. We should try to stay tuned with it. If we don't, then Bhagavan says, these things will inadvertently creep in our lives. Mistakes will happen. Aghayuhu, that person will be. Indriya ramaha, mind is very indulgent. And then mogham parthasa jivati. Entire life is gone in vain. Now the example for this one, in Puranas it comes. What is the point that we are trying to understand? That one cannot just keep taking, one should give back also. And if one does not do that, Bhagavan says, our progress in life will be halted. Right? The chakram means that wheel, right? That wheel which is going to make us progress further in life, that will get halted, just like something getting stuck in that wheel, like bicycle wheel or potter's wheel we have never seen, but bicycle wheel at least we have seen, bike. So in Mahabharata, there is a story when Indra Bhagwan, he comes to Karna. Okay, Indra Bhagwan comes to Karna, knowing very well that this Karna is very powerful because of his kundalam, the earring that he had, that made him very powerful. And in the battlefield, he will fight with Arjuna, and these Pandavas and Kauravas are going to fight. So he says, without getting this earring away, Karna's power will not go, it will not go down. He's very powerful with this earrings and kavacha. So Indra Bhagwan comes disguised as a Brahmana. And Karna was known for his generosity. And he says, give me your earrings as dakshina. Because Karna says, ask whatever you want, I will give. I have never turned anybody away from my door. So Karna removes that, knowing very well that this is Indra Bhagwan, and knowing very well the implications of this. And Indra Bhagwan, as that Brahmana, he just takes it and turns around to go back to Swargaloka. And it is said he could not take the next step. He could not keep his next step. And all other devatas, Bhagwan's Akashvani happened, that you cannot just take. If you have taken something, you have to give back. That is when Indra Bhagwan again turns back and then gives Karna this boon that you will have one arrow, one weapon, which will be infallible. You use it against anybody, that is up to you. And with that, Indra is able to go back to Swargaloka. So Mahatmas give this story just to elaborate this point. Somebody cannot just keep taking. They have to give back. If they've just taken, then Bhagwan's injunction to Indra was, Aghayuhu Indya Rama, Mogham Parthasa Jivati. Don't just keep taking, give back something also. Contemporary examples, we see so many. Example of what? That if we miss this point of Karma Yoga, we will end up in this category that Bhagwan has described. Not taking much time to commit mistakes, becoming indulgent, and also wasting our life. Right? So many very well learned, intelligent people doing such big scams. The purpose is not to judge. Purpose is just to appreciate how particular is Bhagwan's observation. He says the moment somebody loses sight of totality, moment attention comes on individual, we cannot count the number of zeros which are there in the number of that scam. Such big scam, millions of dollars, millions of rupees. So society has all kinds of people, right? So we should just appreciate how Bhagwan has analyzed. He says that is the importance of Karma Yoga. With Karma Yoga alone, we can have a healthy society. Now Arjuna must have asked, Arjuna, Bhagwan, this cycle that you just described, starting from doing actions with selfless motive and everything, this injunction which is there to be part of this cycle, does this injunction apply to everybody, or are there some people who are exempted from this? I mean, there is no injunction on them. If they want to do it, they will do it. There is no Vedic injunction on these people. Bhagwan says there is one category. But later on, he's going to say, Arjuna, you don't belong to that category. Bhagwan Shankaracharya writes this. He clarifies that Bhagwan Krishna told Arjuna, there is one category which is exempted, but right now, Arjuna, you don't belong to that category, so you fall under that injunction of Karma Yoga. Who are those people who are exempted from karmas and injunction of karma? So Bhagwan says in 17th and 18th verse. Yastvat maratire vasyat, yastvat maratire vasyat, atmatruptascha manavah, atmatruptascha manavah, atmanyeva cha santushtah, atmanyeva cha santushtah, tasya karyam na vidyate, tasya karyam na vidyate, naiva tasya krute narthah, naiva tasya krute narthah, na krute neha kaschana, na krute neha kaschana, na chasya sarva bhuteshu, na chasya sarva bhuteshu, kaschidarthavyapashrayah, kaschidarthavyapashrayah. Arjuna, there are few people who are exempted from this injunctions of karma and karma yoga. Who are they? Yahatu atmaratire vasyat. Bhagwan uses three words over here. First word is rati. Rati means to revel, to delight. What are they delighting in? Bhagwan says they are delighting in this Atma Tattva. Yahatu atmaratire vasyat, atma truptascha manava. They are reveling in this Atma Chaitanya. They are finding this absolute contentment. Trupti means that there is nothing more that they are seeking. That trupti they have found in this Atma, their own nature as Ananda Swarupa. And Atmani evacha santushtah. In Atma alone, they are finding joy. They don't seek anything else to be complete. Three words, Rati, Trupti and Santushti. Tasya karyam na vidyate. That person has no injunction. Karyam means here kartavyam. Even if that person appears to be doing something, it is not out of injunction. If they want, they will do. If they don't also, they don't incur any sin. They will not become aghayuhu. They will not become indriya ramaha. They will not become mogham parthasa jivati. Previous verse. 3 limitations Bhagavan pointed out. That will not apply to these people because they have already transcended this finitude. Karma injunction is always for karta. If I think I am this individual, as an individual, I cannot say I have no kartavya. Right? Moment we say I am this person, all other sambandhas will come. And towards each relationship, we have some desire or the other. Right? All sambandhas should be very well to do. So that sambandha will make sure that we have to go and live our life according to this cycle of karma yoga. Now Bhagavan says there are few people who have transcended this individuality. Whenever they say aham, their aham lands on substratum of creation. That aham which is Shuddha Chaitanya, in which this entire creation appears. One who revels in that, one who abides in that, that person is not having any injunctions of karma. Now somebody might say, what has this verse got to do with me? Because Bhagavan is going to say now, Arjuna, you are not in this category. So all of us as sadhakas, we will also feel, why is Bhagavan even bringing this verse over here? Bhagavan is bringing this verse to show that result of knowledge, result of liberation is very different from worldly gains. Means it's a state of absolute independence where we don't depend upon anything for happiness. All kartavyas are completed. There is nothing more that this sadhaka is seeking. And second is to inspire us to strive for this. Right? Bhagavan says, Arjuna, the result of karma yoga is you gain this knowledge and come to this point where you become yastvatmarite eva syat atmatruptascha manava. This manavaha should become your definition. But for getting to that point, striving towards preparing ourselves to abide in this knowledge is the injunction of karma yoga. Okay, he's not wanting to discourage us or anything, but at the same time, knowing very well that one cannot stay away from this thought of karma yoga buddhi. Next verse also is similar. Naiva tasya krutena arthaha na akrute neha kaschana. By doing something, this jnani has nothing to accomplish. Naiva tasya krutena arthaha. By doing something, there is no object, no position that he has to accomplish. By not doing something, he does not lose out on anything. Now you see how many things we have in life that will fit under this category. Actually, there is nothing. Everything that we have gained, it has to be maintained, including all our sambandhas. Right? So Bhagavan says this is very different from all of that, all of those gains. This is Atma Swarupa, Atmarati, independent of any fear of losing it, nor any fear of making it better by doing something. Nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschid artha vyapashraya. He is so independent that he doesn't invest his happiness, doesn't seek for any means of happiness in anything of this creation. Bhagavan Shankaracharya translates kaschid artha vyapashraya brahmadi sthavaranteshu bhuteshu kaschid artha vyapashraya. Means right from Brahmaji all the way until all inert objects, in nothing he has shobhana buddhi. Shobhana buddhi means seeing or expecting some joy from that thing. Arjuna, this is the criteria. You can choose whether you fit here or you have to have the injunction of karma yoga. And Bhagavan has been praising karma yoga so much. He said there is nothing wrong about it. We should just appreciate what is the goal, not mix up the goal and the means. At the same time, not drop the means prematurely. So these three words, right? There is santosha, santushti is there. There is trupti and there is rati. Now to appreciate it directly in Atma becomes difficult. So Mahatmas give other examples where you can appreciate it and then come to understand it for Atma. So best example is music. Okay, when you have gone to some concert where you have prepared so much, paid all your money, tickets and everything are done, and then you go and sit in that concert hall and beautiful music is going on. Let us say you had attended a concert, Jugalbandi, Balamuli Krishna ji and Bhimsen Joshi ji, both of them, singing different ragas. Such a nice concert it was. Now with that music, we will get santushti. We'll feel that I have gotten much more than what I paid money for. Santushti is there. But 1 hour you listened, after that, still you feel like you want more. Right? So trupti has not come yet. So the next stage after santushti is you want a little bit more. That is this seeking for trupti. So after one concert, that is how musicians end. They will not directly sing their last piece. They will wait before that. And they'll say, okay, now we are concluding. And then the audience will say, no, we want one more. So that trupti they will fulfill by singing that last piece. And after that comes rati. Rati means even after you have gone away from that place, your mind is just reveling in that piece of music which was so divine. Right? So you have santushti, you have rati, and then you have, santushti, you have trupti, and then you have rati. Now Bhagavan says the same three things this jnani has in Atma. He has santushti in Atma, and this sense of contentment, there is nothing more that I am seeking. Trupti is also there in Atma, and it's a positive sporting, reveling in this Atma Tattva, in this Ananda, devoid of any object, devoid of even a thought. He can choose to have a thought. Okay, Brahmakara Vritti can be there, or other Sattvic Vrittis can be there. But he is reveling not in that thought, not in that object, but reveling in Atma Swarupa. Arjuna, don't say there is nobody like this. All great Mahatmas fall under this definition of jnanis who don't have any injunction of karmas whatsoever. Somebody like Puja Gurudev, Taponji Maharaj, somebody like Raman Maharshi ji. Even if they did not get into this world to be so active, to serve this world, they had nothing to lose. If somebody did, like Puja Gurudev, they had nothing to gain. Both examples are important. This is that verse. Naiva tasya krutena artha. If somebody got into this world and served, they had nothing to gain from this service. At the same time, na akrute neha kaschan. Somebody chose to withdraw, like Taponji Maharaj and Raman Maharshi ji, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa ji. Their tapasya was so powerful that they gave to the world somebody like Puja Gurudev, somebody like Vivekanand ji. Bhagwan Raman Maharshi ji continues to inspire even until today, just by his tapasya, not by actively involving in this world. So both we should appreciate and seek their blessings and reverence, and have reverence towards their teachings, and know that they have shown us the goal. Okay, that is the goal. Karma Yoga is the path for us to reach that goal. That is why you see in Upadesha Sara also, Bhagwan starts the teaching by Karma Yoga. But where does he end? Hrutstale manas swasthata kriya. O sadhaka, you started with Jagate Ishadi Yukta Sevanam. Right? You became part of that cycle of Karma Yoga, this entire Swara you sang. But culmination of that should be in abidance in our own true nature. Okay, all these are great Mahatmas. And you see in Puranas also, in Bhagavatam, in the story of Prahlad. When this entire Narsimha Avatara takes place, Bhagwan comes, so ferocious he is. All devatas are afraid to go to Narsimha Bhagwan. Lakshmi ji, refuses to recognize Narsimha Bhagwan. He says, I don't know who this Narsimha Bhagwan is. So everybody sends Prahlad ji. And he's so fearless, goes in front of Bhagwan, does Sashtanga Pranama. And he says, and Bhagwan has so much of affection, small boy who has come to him. He says, ask what you want. And what Prahlad ji asks is the 17th verse. He says, Bhagwan, give me santushti, give me trupti, and give me rati in your nature. Our vasanas are such, they keep sprouting on this land of discontentment. There is a land inside also, which is a land of discontentment, in which all vasanas keep sprouting. Maybe this will give joy, that will give joy. Prahlad ji is praying to Narsimha Bhagwan. He says, Bhagwan, may you remove those seeds of vasanas. May my heart be desireless, and may I have santushti, trupti, and rati in you. Okay. And then Navadha Bhakti Prasanga also comes in that story only. There are different ways to look at it, but main thing is Bhagwan says these people who are there, they are exempted from the cycle of karma yoga. They don't have any injunctions. If they choose to do it, they can do it. They are so content by themselves. Okay. I'll conclude with one story. I think we'll have a few minutes for that. There was a king who wanted to go to the neighboring kingdom, and he wanted to marry there was a prince who wanted to marry the princess from that neighboring kingdom. So for that, he had to do so many things, go there and challenge. In those days, that was his style. You have to go and challenge the other king and so on. So there was a Mahatma who lived in his kingdom, very quiet, did not speak at all. So he went and said, I want to go and accomplish this work for myself. The neighboring princess, I want to bring her over here. So this Mahatma said, he wrote something on a chit, folded it very nicely and said, you keep this. And while you are fighting the battle, wherever you are going, keep this with you, your work will be accomplished. So this king went to the neighboring kingdom and he lost. He could not get whatever he wanted in that, whatever challenge he gave, he lost. Came back and started looking for that Mahatma ji. He was nowhere to be seen. He said, you gave me that chit, I took, and I lost whatever was there. What was what was your power? You didn't do anything for me. The Mahatma ji again wrote something. Okay. And folded it very nicely, gave it to that person. It's okay, now you go again and you fight after some time. Prepare yourself well and you fight. So this prince goes and again fights. And this time he wins. And the princess also wanted to come with this prince. So she also comes back. And he's so happy, so delighted. And now he tries to find that Mahatma ji. He was nowhere to be seen. Entire kingdom he searches, doesn't find that Mahatma ji. Now other people tell him, what was that thing he wrote in that chit? Maybe that is so powerful that it helped you accomplish this work. What is it that he wrote there? He says, come, let us see. He opens that and he reads one line which was written there. Raja ko Rani mile, Anand ghan ko kya? Let the king get the queen. What has this Ananda Ghana got to do with it? That is this verse. Atmanyevacha santushtaha tasya karyam na vidyate. He has nothing to gain. Naiva tasya krutenartaha na akruteneha kaschana. Somebody is doing something. They come to this Mahatma Ji. He says, you do whatever you want. But as this Ananda Swarupa, I am abiding in that. I have nothing to gain by doing something, nor will I lose something by not doing something. Okay, these are beautiful verses. Bhagwan is showing us the goal of Karma Yoga. He says, goal of Karma Yoga is this rati. And at the same time, he says, Arjuna, you don't have a choice to drop karma. But if you are not careful of doing Karma Yoga, you will fall under Aghayuhu Indriyaramaha Mogam Partha Jivati, that category. We can write a nice summary, what are the different facets of Karma Yoga Bhagwan brings in 3rd chapter. There are some important announcements, so please stay back. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om Sohamji. Hari Om everyone. Greetings on the upcoming occasion of Mahashivratri. As Sohamji mentioned, we have two very important announcements. And as you can see, our web admins are sharing. If you come to puja, any puja, especially, big pujas like Mahashivratri, we have seen so many garlands are offered, so many different nicely after Abhishekam is done. Panditji offers alankara and garlands to every vigraha that we have. We do this twice a year. And you may wonder where these garlands are coming from. Do we purchase them from the store? No. So here you see a lot of sevaks. This Pravartitam Chakram that we just spoke about of seva. So there are a lot of talented people in our ashram who gather together for bigger events like this to prepare garlands. It takes somebody to measure, what all size of garlands we will need. First of all, discuss with Panditji. Somebody has to go to a flower shop, procure all these garlands, bring it, transport it in a safe way so that they remain fresh. They cut it, measure, and this is the kind of army of sevaks it takes to prepare for a puja like Mahashivratri. Yesterday, there was another army which gathered in ashram to prepare all the other functions, other parts, audio system, the seating, the temple area, and a lot of other things. So in that regard, I hope that you have RSVP. If we can show Shankarji the form on our website now. So we ask that if you plan to come and if you would like to have some prasad, everybody is welcome for puja. We are opening on that day at 7 o'clock in the morning, but only if you plan to have some sort of dinner prasad. It can be fruits, it can be anything that will be cooked in the kitchen, something very light, like a festival fasting type of food, some sabudana khichdi or something. But we request that you RSVP so that our kitchen seva team know how much to procure, how many fruits, and how much to cook, so that there is no wastage. But if you plan to come and not eat, you don't have to do any kind of RSVP. We see that it's underrepresented right now, the RSVP. We know that many people are going to come and you may want to eat, but right now that number is underrepresented. So if you plan to come earlier, sooner you RSVP, it will help our kitchen team. The other part, if you go back, is I'm sure all of you must have taken Sankalpa to chant Rudrashtakam. If you haven't, it is not late. Sohamji explained the meaning last Monday, but still for next 2 or 3 days, you can still take the Sankalpa and chant for today and tomorrow. We will conclude that 2 days for 2 more days. On that is being shown here, the text file is there and the audio is there in that form. We can go back on the day of Mahashivratri. There will be Akhanda Nama Japa of Om Namah Shivaya. That means from morning 7 o'clock till evening 7 o'clock, only one thing we want to hear. This is what Sohamji has given us the guidance and the goal. All we are gonna hear is Om Namah Shivaya in ashram. And as you can see, many people have signed up for 15-minute slots. It's 30-minute slot, but you pair up. So for example, I see a couple, Bhanu and Mahesh. So they are gonna pair up and they are gonna chant. I see Anil and Bilwa, Bhanap family, right? So they are going to chant as a pair. You can see there are some slots still open, especially from 2 to 3:15 if you scroll down. So if you have a break, if you're working or if you're not working, we welcome you to come and sign up. As all you have to do is just chant Om Namah Shivaya. Close your eyes and with full devotion chant Om Namah Shivaya. There is no music expertise needed. You can just follow the tune that was followed by the people in ahead of you. So no other kind of special expertise needed there. Just keep chanting Om Namah Shivaya. So we welcome you. If you are not a chanter, if you are a little bit shy, like I am, I don't like to speak or I don't like to sing, so then you can just come to ashram, sit, listen, and close your eyes and meditate. So this is a very wonderful opportunity for that also. For that, you don't have to RSVP or sign up here. But as you can see, there are still some slots open. And on Mahashivratri day, we are looking forward. If you don't plan to come for the chanting, the puja will begin with bhajans starting around 6:30, 6:45 or so. Panditji plans to start puja at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, all the people who have sponsored puja, which is there is a sponsorship form here as well, which we have been doing every year. Their names will be taken, from 7 to 8 o'clock or so, and then the puja will start, and it will go on till midnight. So we are looking forward for the first time in 2 years. I think the last major puja we had in ashram, when everything was open, was Mahashivratri in 2020. So exactly after 2 years, we are opening up. So we look forward to seeing all of you. It will be fully masked event. We encourage everyone. We will ask everyone, not encourage everyone. We will ask everyone to have their mask on, whether they are inside or anywhere in the ashram, except when you go down to eat something. Just for those few minutes, just you can remove your mask. But we want to keep it as safe as possible. We have kept the chairs also socially distanced. There will be an opportunity for devotees to do abhishekam on the Shivlingam, like we have done in previous years as well. So we are looking forward to seeing you, and so is Sohamji. There is another big announcement. There will be several big announcements happening on the day of Mahashivratri, so stay tuned for that. We plan to webcast it on YouTube. But important announcement, Aarti will make now. So Aarti, please.
Hari Om Sohamji, pranams. Hari Om Jignesh Bhai, thank you for that announcement for Mahashivratri. I'm so looking forward to it, and I'll be there to chant as well. So today, what I'm here to announce is a very, very, very important event that is very close to my heart, because I remember when we had this event back in 2010, I was basically inaugurated this event with our beloved Swamiji, Swami Bodhatmanand Ji, and we had a blast. So this important event, if anybody could guess that I'm talking about, is Om Run. Om Run is such an amazing and fun event that we had in 2010. And ever since, every year we've had it getting better and better every year. So this year, that Om Run is on April 24th in Lake Vasona Park. Look at that beautiful park there with all the greenery around and the lake. And we have done boating over there. We had so many fun games and a lot of fun stuff. But I want to ask you, what is your reason to come to such an event? I'll tell you mine. I thought since 2010, that was the inaugural Om Run, we had from our house 3 generations participating: Dada, Dadi, parents, and kids. And that was so fun. And if you have that blessing, I think you would want to bring everybody. I think you would want to bring your friends also there, because all that we want by the end of the day is connection with our family. All that we want is love. And how best to actually increase that love when we are in a setting which is outside with nature. And guess what? With food. It's one thing to eat in a restaurant, another to eat in a mela setting. So how about that? Or another thing that most importantly, it is that what Sohamji mentioned today. I think we all have to come together. And what you're going to give us is the joyful presence of your state to all of us. And we'll all be so happy to see you at the event, which is on April 24th. But the registration of it will start on March 1st. We've always inaugurated or launched the Om Run on Mahashivratri Day, taking blessings of Lord Shiva. So I encourage you to look at our website, be the first one to sign up, because it's going to be limited. We've been out, we didn't have Om Run for 2 years, and we've not, been to such events. We'll take all the precautions. It will definitely be limited. We'll take all the precautions from the county, that comes from the county. And so I encourage you to all be ready to register on Mahashivratri Day. Especially, just give us the joy of your presence there. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Aarti ji, for that inspired introduction to Om Run and encouraging everybody to sign up. Looking forward to it. Hope all of you take this sankalpa, maybe on the Shivratri day itself, to be part, of this activity. Also, it's not only that day. There are many things that happen leading up to that day. And how I've heard so much about how nice people felt, even training for the marathon, training for that running. So encourage all of you to sign up. Also looking forward to seeing you all on Shivratri Day. One line, if you want to remember for this entire Shivratri, it is Prasida Prasida Prabho Manmathari. Whatever we do, may Lord Shiva be pleased with us. That is a Rudrashtakam line. Many of you are chanting, and you can also come here and be in presence of Bhagavan. Hari Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri